Welcome everyone. So in this tutorial we will cover up Introduction to Computers by Peter Norton. So today we will discuss about chapter number 1. Here is the course contents. First of all, let's see few of the references. So on the first line we can see Peter Norton's Introduction to Computers 6th edition. But now we have few latest editions as well. 7th or 8th edition is available that we can get from McGrail's website, the publisher. Few other references and some below one you can see you can also search from Google or certain search engines. These are course contents. So these contents we will be covering. So here's the chapter number 1, Introduction to Computer Systems. So let me share you something that these slides, these lecture notes and books have been published about 20 years or 25 years ago. The main purpose of recording this tutorial is essence from the word history. So if you know the history, you can learn better what is happening now. So let's start this lecture. First of all, let's see what does the term computer means. So computer is an electronic device. It converts data into information. It also processes information. Modern computers are digital. We see that as these computer lecture notes, these slides we are using, these are we are recording on digital computer. What does digital means? So two digits combine to make data, and these digits include 0 and 1. It means that digital computers use 0 and 1 for processing, data storage, and certain computation. So in the second line, we see that data and information, we see two words. What does this mean? We can see definition first. According to Wikipedia, we see that data means acts and statistics collected together for reference or analysis. And information is defined as knowledge obtained from investigation, study, or instructions. So frankly speaking, we see that we can refer data as raw facts and figures. Raw data means there is some collection of alphabets or sequence of numbers, but that is not understandable by human beings. So that is referred as data. While information, as is that knowledge obtained from investigation, study, or instructions. So information is meaningful data. Now you can have a comparison in between data and information. So data means raw facts and figures, while information means some meaningful information, meaningful to human beings. The next slide, we see that older computers were analog, in which a range of values made from data. In the picture, we can see that there is an analog computer, and analog refers to a computing device which includes mechanical parts. So we see that whenever Bush in late 1920s, he devised differential analyzer, which is shown in the picture. a more manageable type, the old-fashioned slide rule. So in this picture you can see there is another analog or mechanical device which has a static scale, and in between you can see there is a ruler which can slide among the base. So this is referred as analog computer or slide rule, which was also used for computation. So these computers can be used for individual use, for students, for offices, and for certain use. It can be used by multiple users, as well as it can be used by a single person at a time. But nowadays we see that we are moving toward connectivity of different computers we call network. So these are some examples of desktop computers. The most common type of computer. Some time ago we used to use computer with a desktop computer with a big monitor screen, keyboard, CPU, and etc. And these computer parts were separately connected, as you can see in the picture. This is again we can see in 1A.7 picture, and the other one is 1A.8. So these are desktop computers which were used a decade or some time ago. Workstation, this is another type of individual use computers. These are specialized computers and optimized for science or graphic arts for some specific purpose. However, the difference between desktop computer and workstation, these workstations are more powerful than desktop computers or individual computers. So there is an example in 1A.9 picture. Workstation computer are favored by engineers and designers who need to perform high computation. The next individual computer use, we refer it as notebook computers or laptop computers. These are small portable computers, and nowadays we can see really less than a half pound or even less. So as the technology grows, the size of computation is increasing and size of physical hardware is decreasing. So in this figure 1A.11 we can see there is an example of laptop which includes a CD drive and some other computation parts, and generally it comes in different sizes. In the example we can see 8.5 inches by 11 inches computer, typically as powerful, rather I would say they are more powerful than desktop computers nowadays, and also include a docking station. Well, tablet computers we can compare with smartphones or tablets. So before development of a smartphone, tablets were commonly used. These were near development in portable computers and used a pen as an input device. You can see in the picture, and they run specialized version of different software products. Another type used is handheld computers or palm computers. These are also referred as personal digital assistant, and they were used for note taking or contact management, and data was synchronized with a desktop using short-term communication device. Now we can see some smartphones, and this model of smartphone is Nokia 9500, also included PDA, so a decade or so it came in the market, and these smartphones are generally hybrid of cell phones, PDAs, and certain other devices. So nowadays we can see it's more than an IoT, Internet of Things. This lecture is merely an introduction to computers. I'm not discussing in details. We will discuss this in separate tutorials. So network servers, these are centralized computer, and all other computers connect to this computing device. So these serve resources and technology to other clients. Network servers provides access to network resources. Multiple servers are called server farms, often simply as powerful as desktop. Users use the internet as a mean of connecting even if away from the offices. Now, if we take some example of network server, like our broadband devices, which we use at our homes, we connect via Wi-Fi or some other connecting media. So using some telephonic or some wireless media, they connect to the internet providers, and they have dedicated computer network servers which perform this task to serve their clients. So what are mainframe computers? So these mainframe computers used in larger organizations, and they handle thousands of users access to a terminal. It can be referred as hyperterminal or remote console or so on. So in this picture we can see mainframes. These are installed, and we on the right side we can see there is a keyboard and mouse and mini screen. So this is a console from where these mainframe computers are managed, are interacted. And what are mini computers? These are called mid-range computers. These are powerful machines between mainframe and the desktop, and these mini computers handle hundreds of users, used in smaller organizations, and users access through terminal. Now, supercomputers. These are most powerful computer made. So I can give an example of one of the supercomputers NASA is using for their purposes. They have very powerful computer machines for handling images, data, and so on. And supercomputers handle large and complex calculations. They process trillions of operations per second. Nowadays, they are really very powerful, and they are also found in research organizations. So please note that these slides are a time ago, like 2 decades ago. However, I'm just providing an introduction. So in our society nowadays, we see that we have smartphones, Internet of Things, and remote drones, which we fly, and there are a lot of services like software as a service, platform as a service, and cloud computing, big data. So what the impact has made this computing device in our society? So more impact than any other invention. And this is like technology is growing day by day. It has changed work and leisure activities. We see that our lifestyle has changed and used by all demographic groups. So computers are important because they provide information to users. Information is critical to our society. managing information is difficult manually.